Indian Marxist ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ ഈത്തോസ് മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത് ethos ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ whether they have succeeded in internalizing or understanding. So I find that there's an issue when the issue of faith comes or spirituality comes. ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ അടുത്ത് മിത്ത് വിവാദം വരുന്നു, ശബരിമല വിവാദം വരുന്നു. ഇടതുപക്ഷത്തിന് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മാർക്സിസ്റ്റുകൾക്ക് അതിനുമായിട്ട് എൻഗേജ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ there seems to be faltering. What is there's a mismatch between.
You are very very right. Because somehow I think a good majority of Marxists have mistaken Marxism for rationalism, which it is not. In fact, Lenin spent a lot of his time and his voice speaking against that kind of very empiricist, very external kind of rationalism. Lenin or any other major communist leader has not spoken against religion. If Marx said it is the opium of the people, in the next sentence he also said it is a kind of solace, So, but that part is very often ignored. So, I think, for example, Gandhi would be the best example of a person who understood what you call the Indian ethos or the Indian mind, mainly because Marxists somehow failed to take into account several of the institutions that ultimately constitute the Indian populace. They also failed to take in the ethos that you are speaking about. That is one. They did not recognize. They were seeing it, but they were not seeing it also. Religions. They spoke about class, but they seldom spoke about caste, about which Ambedkar spoke so meaningfully and movingly. And as you said, spirituality, I mean, of course, this is a very, very personal attitude, which I have often publicly said. Because spirituality, I believe, is a kind of essential dimension of human life. Something that prompts us to understand the universe, something that compels us to seek the meaning of our own life and the lives of others, and maybe the ultimate mystery of the whole cosmos. There is an element in that. I would never insult animals, but I still think that perhaps if human beings are superior in any way, perhaps it is by this. Because I do not know whether the rabbit and the cow are also seeking the meaning of life. Maybe they are, but human beings we know are. They are. That is a part of our very nature. It is something elemental to us. This kind of a seeking, a kind of search for truth, a search for the secrets that surround us, a search for the secrets within. So the problem is of marrying that kind of what looks like an individual spirituality with social service. And this is precisely where somebody like Srinarayana Guru or Gandhi, they come in and they become extremely important, because they were spiritual, but for them spirituality was not running away to a cave in the Himalayas and doing penance and to get one's own salvation. But so Gandhi often repeatedly said his penance was among the people. So and Narayana Guru also tried to bring interpret Advaita in a completely different way from the way in which Shankara interpreted that. It means there is no difference between you and me, that I thou separate, the divide vanished in his thinking. So as long as you are me, it is in my own interest that I also look after you and I serve you. So this is essence. I mean, it's of course a simplification, but this is the essence of the way in which Guru understood Advaita. So I think we need to learn a lot from people like Gandhi or Srinarayana Guru, and maybe there are other people who tried to combine an understanding of the inward and essential spirituality of the human being with the slogan of social service, or even identifying it with that, even seeking their own salvation among the people by working among the people. And so without that kind of an understanding, I believe it is impossible for anyone, any political party or any organization to work in a country like India. I am not saying that they should become religious. That's a different kind of thing altogether. Not that they should join a religion or they should form religious organizations, but they should understand the religion. This is a very different kind of proposition. Like T.S. Eliot says, to read religious poetry, you need not be religious, but you need to understand the state of a person who believes in religion. So that is all I am asking my Marxist friends and other friends who don't believe in religion, that you need to understand why they believe in a religion and what is the kind of the approach they have towards towards life and life of other beings and life of stars and the life of the universe itself. So I think that that dimension is missing. That is basically missing in Marxist thinking itself. And secondly, especially in a context like India, you really need to understand the important role that religion is playing, negative or positive, whatever, that role religion has been playing in people's lives. So without recognizing religion, without realizing the existence of caste, you can never completely comprehend Indian society. And that is where, as I said, Gandhi succeeded and Marxists to a great extent have failed, and so that their space has been continually being reduced. I mean, as we have been seeing in the last years, there was a time when it seemed that a revolution even might happen. And right from the Telangana days, if you look at the communist movement, you find that the space has been shrinking, not only for the left intellectuals, but for the left itself in Indian politics. And one of the reasons definitely is this kind of a disconnect with a people who believe in some kind of religion or the other. So understanding religion, recognizing the existence of caste, which is the ultimate form of inequality in India, and then not approaching everything from a purely mechanically rationalist point of view. These are, I believe, essential for Marxists also to find a way forward.
You want to say that left as a political party need not stick on with rationalism? Left as a political party, the practical sense, left need not stick on with
No. I don't think they really do. Because if you look at the actual practicing Marxists, you find many of them are believers. They go to Shabarimala, they go to different kinds of temples, and in their families they have people who believe in different religions and follow all the rituals of the religion and all that. So why should you have you say in public? Why should you renounce religion in public and practice it in private? So say you need not say you are religious, but you say, well, we understand why people believe, because it is a kind of solace to them. In this terrible world, it gives them some kind of a consolation, some kind of a feeling that ultimately justice will prevail. Maybe that kind of faith. Because I cannot detach religion or spirituality from the idea of justice. And as long as you believe in justice, it is quite likely that you also become spiritual in a sense, that believing that one day justice will be done. Not that you should stay quiet saying that justice is coming, it is on the way and all that, but you should also move towards it. That is precisely what Gandhi said, because the more I read Gandhi and the more I read about Gandhi, I come closer and closer to his ideas of ideas of the world and ideas of society.